All right, guys, I am back with the continuation of this little thing. Sorry, it's going to load a little bit later today than normal, but you know me, I'm kind of crazy that way. All right, so where we left off is we had put the tags and the pockets in and stuff, and now we need to get the signature in. Normally I would have put the signature in before we started this other, like putting in pockets and stuff, but I think I just, in the last video, I was so tired and I just was like, okay, I got to get it done. Okay, so we have our spine here, and I know sometimes you guys like when I do this part, so and I think it helps new people. So these, I mean, you can make a template if you want, but I try really hard to get the paper right in the middle of the spine area as best as I can. And then I clip it in. And sometimes you're just going to have to adjust it down to kind of center it in. Oh, and you know what? Give me a second and I will give you my paper size that I cut them down to. They started out as 8.5 by 11. And I cut it down to, and I'm going to have to get my scoreboard to give you the 7. Okay, now that I have this, then I will grab the scoreboard really quick. Okay. So, because I'm not great at measurements, it would be 7 and about 7/8. Right? Yeah, tall. No, I'm wrong. Scratch that. It's 6 and 7/8. Okay. On your cutting board, 6 and 7/8. And then 9 3/4 is about the one that fits really good in here. Okay. Of course, you can adjust and make your own sizes. That's good too. Okay, so I eyeball these little projects like this. You can absolutely use measuring tools if you'd like, if you want spot on. And so what I usually do with these is I put like it in between my fingers, and I'm looking for as close to the middle of the spine as I can get. Okay. Sometimes, especially the more that I do, the more off I get. So that's why I just barely poke in and then bring it to this side so I can really see what I'm doing. So I can really make sure that I'm in the middle of that spine, okay? Okay. Okay. And see, I'm off just a little bit, but that's okay. Once you put your string in, it'll all kind of even out, okay? And I was going to say which string. I think I'm going to do red since there's more kind of green in there. And I'm just using that cotton cording that you can get. I get the whole pack at Hobby Lobby. You can absolutely use the string from the dollar store. I have. The reason I'm not using it right now is because the red and white that I have, it was breaking on me like crazy earlier. So I just went ahead and switched to the thicker stuff. But I've used them on these smaller projects and it's worked just fine. And do that. Okay, now, especially if you're new, you might not know this, but I usually try to mention it as I'm doing it so that it will just help the new kids, okay? So if you already know this, just fast forward or whatever you need to do. Okay, so when I came back up through, see how both of these strings are on this side, and then there's this right here. Okay, I'm going to thread this part back over here. So it basically makes a cross, right? So can you see that? That's because when we tie it, okay, I'm going to pull the signature tight, both directions, okay? And you always want to double check to make sure you're not hung up anywhere, okay? Like there's not a bubble in the string or whatever. Okay, then when you tie it, you're tying this piece right here securely, okay? Like so. See, and now it's secure. It's not moving anywhere. If you don't, then it's just going to sink through. Your knot will end up sinking through that hole, and then it won't be very secure, okay? Okay, then I just trim off, leaving a little bit extra, okay? Take these guys off, and this part is done, okay? So we'll stick, actually I'm not going to stick it back in just yet because we're going to decorate the fronts of these, and then we're going to add the tags. So here is my little pile of everything we've been kind of working on, or the collage tag parts here. So I'm going to have to get my prototype over here because it's been a couple of days. So I did a big one, a medium one, and 2 kind of small ones. All right, so then, so there's kind of a large one, but I think that might be too tall because we don't want it over the top too much. Yeah, I might trim that one down. So we can use that one. So it's a little bit smaller. And then we might have to cut one of these taller ones in half, I bet. Yeah, let's just do that. Actually, I think I want that one. Or do we want, nope, you know what, we'll do the cars because that'll kind of match the arrow, right? Okay. All right, so let's set that aside for a second. And then let's cut this in half. I gotta grab my cutter. Okay, and this is 8, so 4 inches. Okay. I'll go ahead and cut the pieces all at once. And actually, I didn't even think about it, but I probably ought to make sure they fit in the pockets. I'm sure they will, but yeah, okay, yep, they fit in the pockets. Okay, cute, cute, okay. So then let's figure this one out. I think I'm going to cut that one down just a little bit. It looked like if I cut that green off, it would be better. Okay. And those are the same size now. Should I cut a little off of that one too? I think so. I think I'm going to cut it off this end. Okay, so if we go 5 1/2, let's go 5 3/4, 5 1/4. Oh, shoot. Oh, well. Not quite what I wanted to do, but it's collage, right? Oh, and I did it on the other side too. So we have upside down words. Oh, man. All right, we're going to roll with it though, because we'll make it cute, right? And upside down gingerbreads. And yeah. You could always count on me to be really goofy, huh? put something like that on there. It won't actually matter in the long run, right? Got a little Santa Claus on that one, I bet will look cute. And then 2 smaller tags, and I usually try to put like words or something on them. I like that one too, but that one might be a little wide. Ooh, but this joy might look really cool with it too. Let's just see what we got. Where's the other little one? There it is. Nope. Nope to all 3 of those, unless we... That would look cute there, I bet. So I hope you all are doing well. We are getting ready to set up our tree. Yep. I don't know if I've said earlier. Let's do that, maybe. I think that'll look cute. I have been searching for like the perfect tree, if there is such a thing. Like, and we have to, oh, I think I said before, Beau's allergic to pine. And maybe I've already talked about all this and I just don't remember, but Beau's allergic to pine, and so we have to have fake trees. Oh, I did talk about it. I do remember now because somebody else mentioned that they were also allergic to trees and that they had to get artificials. And then I had talked about eventually when he moves out, then maybe getting like potted, like trees that come in pots so that I could plant some pine trees outside. And I love that idea. So yeah, that's probably eventually what we're going to end up doing. Yeah, so anyways, I ended up finding the perfect artificial tree. Like, perfect for me, obviously. It's not going to be everybody's taste, but that's all right. Doesn't have to be, right? Anyways, yeah. So super, super excited about that because as most of you know, maybe the new kids don't know, I am addicted to Christmas. There is not one thing I don't like about Christmas. Well, except for rude people. That I don't like that so much, but I don't think any of us really like rude people. Yeah, so anyhow, and I don't even, normally we don't get our tree up until, it's like usually like December 10th through the 15th probably. And then I'm usually, once Christmas is over, it's like, okay, it's time for the new year. And so I usually take it down, but literally the day after New Year's, our tree is down, it's boxed, it's put away, back into storage. And I don't even feel guilty about putting my tree up early this year. I just don't. I am actually really excited for Christmas. I think that I am just going to enjoy the heck out of it because I love it so much. And, yeah. And I think for me, it'll brighten my spirits a little bit. My tree will make me happy this year. And I think we all just need a little bit of joy. Oh, that little Santa looks a little grumpy, doesn't he? And again, these pieces came out of Dreams, etc. Out of one of her 3 kits, her Christmas easy cut kits. So you'll just have to go over and kind of look, because it'll kind of, all the kits have different elements in them. And so I'm not going to be able to remember exactly which one has which. Oh, why did I do that? I shouldn't have put those away yet, because we need, I was thinking just like simple little words on the front. No, I didn't even do that on the last one. So let's not do that on these, because I liked there actually being almost a little area that people could journal on up here if they would like if they'd like to add like a family name or, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see. Toppers, I used the green on the inside, which we could totally do again. But this, okay. I think that'll be all right. Cohesiveness, right? I mean, not that a whole lot of this is cohesive, but okay. I'll probably have to cut another one. Oh, why? All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut more, because that stuff, once you get it stapled, it's not so bad. But yeah, if you're not paying attention, that stuff can really fray on you. And so I like the closer weave stuff. And actually, maybe I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. It's just really frustrating when it starts falling apart. I know it's not exactly the same colors, but the tighter weave stuff, I don't worry about really at all. I know it's not green, but it doesn't need to be, right? Yeah, that still looks cute. Yeah, I was worried that was going to happen with those. I don't know what that girl is listening to, but it does not sound good. Oh, and thank you guys all for those kind comments about her artistry. She, like a lot of us, struggles with the confidence on whether her stuff is good. So, oops. We out of staples? No. Doesn't seem to be. Let's try this again. Haha. Okay, and let's get these ones. Did I already glue them? Oh, but I didn't ink this one. And I didn't ink those. Oh my goodness. What a hot mess, huh? That's why you stick with me, right? Because at times we are all a hot mess, right? Oh, I did get some more antics about my grandpa. My mom called me last night and was telling me, well, you didn't have that story quite right. Well, that's not exactly what she said, but I'm ad-libbing a little bit. Okay, so the boys in the neighborhood, I guess it wasn't just my great uncles. The boys in the neighborhood are the ones that took, like all of them, including my great uncles, took the wagon apart and put it on top of the barn. I thought it was a silo, but it was a barn. And then my great-great-grandpa, so obviously my grandpa's dad, was born on 4th of July, which I didn't know. He was born on 4th of July, and I guess the boys thought it would be a great idea to put and like light a firecracker and put it in the outhouse. And so, yeah, it, like, blew that stuff a lot. Like, it blew it everywhere, I guess. I had never heard that story, so that was interesting. Let's see, what else did she tell me? Oh, so why are you doing that? Well, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? It keeps like sliding in different areas. Like, that was weird. Anyways, so I was telling you that my great grandpa was a logger, and he was also like, he did Christmas trees as well. In addition to my great uncles, but obviously he started the tradition. You saw that, didn't you? You're like, hey, Goober, you're not inking the other one. Okay, so anyways, so in addition to logging, he did the Christmas trees, and I guess he used to go around to all the orchards and pick the fruit, like in the summers, and then go to market with them. Which I didn't know that, but when he would always have his boys go up with him to the logging. And I guess what would happen is if the areas got, because they had like horse-drawn carriages to pull out the logs and whatnot, and if my great-grandpa thought it was too dangerous for the horses, he would make the boys go in with ropes. And so I was laughing and telling my mom, so the horses weren't expendable, but the kids sure were. And so, yeah, that kind of made both of us giggle, but yeah. All right. Okay, so there's our tags, and I'm going to have to be a goober and take them back out again, I think, to finish out our decorating. And I think I'm going to kind of just keep them the same because, you know, they're going to different people. If they were all going to like the same person, I would obviously decorate them differently, but we're streamlining, right? So we're just going to keep decorating in this fashion. Okay, so these need to come out. Set those aside. I'll do the one along the top, and I think I do want this old Jim's Christmas hymn to be there, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it down just a little bit lower, and it's gonna hang off just a little bit. And then, oh yeah, I wrote down all my notes. Oh, and she also thought that it was interesting that in this area, there was no electricity until like the 1950s. So I thought that was interesting. And the cellar that cellar, like CELLAR is, okay. Apparently spelling's not my thing either, huh? Anyways, the cellar that the boys slept in that I was telling you about was actually like a fruit cellar, I guess. I don't know. And I guess there was 13 kids total. What did she say? 8 boys. 8. Now I'm going to have to do math in my head because I can't remember what she said. Okay, so 8 boys and 5 girls. All right, that's what she said. Now I'm remembering. So, and they all had to, like I said, the boys were all in the root cellar. And there's only 2 bedrooms in this little tiny house. And maybe someday I can take a picture of it from the road. It's currently owned by a different family. They have plans to restore it, but I think with like everybody else, it's on a list of projects. But yeah, my great-grandma's house is still standing. Not well. Hasn't really been cared for a whole lot, but yeah, it's still standing. And I know that they had to put in some reinforcement beams a couple years ago to keep it standing. So yeah, you know what? I think it's probably one of the oldest dwellings, I should say, still standing in this area from that time period. How many did I did just put 3 on the last one. Anyways, yeah, It was kind of sad the way that she ended up passing away. It was still like coal stoves and stuff, and she ended up dying of carbon monoxide. Oh, I really don't like that. So let's cut another one. And maybe I'll cut it a little straighter this time, huh? Okay, there we go. So yeah, she was in the baby. I think if I have that story right, the baby was only 3, like her youngest. And so that great uncle of mine was raised primarily by his older siblings. And I want to say, let's say Margie raised him, but I'm not sure. Let's see, what did we do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Right. Yeah, I don't know why I'm having issues today counting. And you know what else? I cannot find, oh, I do have a couple of stories for you. I got too much glue right there. So Grace and I had errands to run last night, and because she needed some stuff for her FFA chapter stuff, like the Christmas presents that they give the chapter members. Because this is going to be so bad. I can't even remember what position. Oh, she has vice president, I think, is what position she has. I can't remember. No, she doesn't. It's reporter, right? Anyways, they tasked her with going and getting some of the supplies. So we were headed to Sam's, but Sam's does not have hot cocoa packets or candy canes. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. I was like, they said, nope, they just haven't come in yet. Like, wow. So what are all these people who do craft shows doing? Because those are like hot commodities for those guys. Yeah, I thought that was pretty strange that they don't have it ready. I don't even know if they're going to end up getting it in. And the lady wasn't too promising at Sam's. So then we went to Hobby Lobby and got that, I think I said, yesterday's video maybe, about Grace wanting an alcohol blending pen. But she loves the Copic brand. And so it kind of is to blend out that stuff that she was kind of that we showed the other night or day. I guess you saw it in the morning, but I recorded it the night before. Anyhow, let's let that dry for a second. And anyhow, we got home in a decent hour. I think it was like 7. And she opened it up and somebody had already used it and it was dry. So there was like gray on one end and like blue on the other. I was kind of mad because, like, honestly, those things aren't cheap. They're like $8 a pen. I mean, to get like a whole set, you would go broke. At least at Hobby Lobby. I mean, I have no idea what they are online. But yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. And especially because it was like, didn't even work. You know what I mean? I was kind of irritated, but I went back in today because I was in such a hurry yesterday afternoon. I forgot we had to go to the feed store because the dogs had feed through last night. So I was like, well, we're going to have some hungry dogs if I don't go to the store today to get it. So, and those of you that are new too, I am always probably going to talk a lot about our cats, dogs, and rabbits. So I may not be the channel for you if you don't want to hear about all of our barnyard animals, because in the spring especially, it gets pretty busy here with new life. So, yeah, we need a ribbon across there. And I was trying to see where I put it. See, that's a little too burgundy, I think, for what we want. we could do green again. I have quite a bit of the green. I don't want to say quite a bit, but I at least have some. I'm just going to take it all the way off the thing here, so I'm not having to fight this green leaf, because boy, does that stuff like to come off, doesn't it? Yeah, so that all said, I finally ended up getting the feed and all that. We got back, and as soon as I'm kind of done doing this ribbon, and because I think this is still drying. Anyways, yeah, as soon as we got back doing that, then I went ahead and bound 12 or 13 other of these type of things. And then I've got to go print because our lovely Susan created more kits. So I'm going to make a couple of each of her new kits. And again, Susan at Poppiness is running a 20% off sale to my subscribers. The information is in the description box. And then Amy at Crafty Cat is running a sale for me through Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you ladies both for offering my subscribers that. For those of you that don't know what I was just doing, it's called burnishing the ends, and that will keep your ribbon from unwinding. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and stick the glue on the back here. I'm going to get that out of the way for a second. So yeah, I burnish all of my ends, usually on all the ribbons, so that it's not fraying later. Because that really kind of sucks when you are done with your project, but then your ribbon is really frayed. And I now have no idea how long this video is going. That's all right though. I think we're definitely under an hour, so as long as we're under an hour, we should be good. Okay, let's get this little journal in here and call this a complete project. And then I'll show you, they're not done by the end of the weekend. They should probably be done. Oh, we want it in this one, huh? Sienna, you're gonna peek out right here. Oh, you can't really see Santa anymore, can you? And this one's gonna peek out up over here. And then we're gonna put this right in the inside. Maybe. I'm like, I know it fits. It just... I'm filming it, so that's why it doesn't go in the way it should. Okay. It's a pretty tight little snug fit, so you're not going to have to worry about the other stuff. And so then we're just going to tie this little guy closed. And you could, if you're thinking about it and want to add a charm or something, a little bell charm would be super cute. Right down on the edge. I'm terrible at tying bows, so you should probably not take advice from me on bow tying. Oh, I will sit here and fuss with this forever. Okay. All right, and like I was saying, you could totally do like a little charm here, and that would look super cute. So let's see, where's my original? There it is. This is the prototype. This is the new one. And how stinking cute are those? Those are adorable, huh? I love them. All right, guys, thank you for joining me with this little series. Oh, I was going to show you these other ones, so hold on. They're not, like I said, they're not complete yet, obviously. The journals still need to be decorated, but yeah, I've got, this is the one so far with Amy's kit, and I will show you what they look like done completely. I actually have some snowflake stuff that I can't locate right this second, and I'm going to go on the search for it. So yeah, there's a ton of these little guys. Yeah, so I am getting closer to my little Christmas gifts being done. So I'm so excited. And the next project you see is going to be super fun, I think. It's not going to be a whole lot of paper scraps, or not paper scraps, papers per se. But I think you'll enjoy it nonetheless. If not, no worries. We'll just see you back when I'm working on the next journal. All right, guys. I thank you guys for coming and joining me, and we will just talk to you soon. Bye, guys.